Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, this is the best I've ever seen him. Here we go.
It was the Quad Podcast.
It was a podcast smash. It caught on in a flash. It was the Quad Podcast. It was the Quad Podcast. It was a podcast smash. It caught on in a flash. It was the Quad Podcast.
Nice.
What's up, everybody? This is Chris Young. As always, this is the Quad with Chris Young. We have a special guest on the show today, but let me introduce our regulars first. Ryan from Miami. What's up, bro?
My life is part humor, part roses, part thorns. Brett Michaels checking in, ladies and gentlemen.
Haley the Bear, or the hippie.
Peace, love, and happiness.
Producer Josh.
Brett Michaels would never wear a shirt like that ever in the. Yeah, you need like 6 more buttons, maybe just shirtless. I don't know.
And
wow,
hey,
wow,
yo.
For those of you watching at home, we now went from PG-13 to
Nice. We got nipple. That was nice.
we're gonna get banned, shadow banned from.
Yeah. Last but certainly not least, the most important person here today, Mr. Mitchell Tenpen.
Hey,
What's up, everybody?
What's up, buddy?
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Happy where you get to have you. Ryan, as always, we will start with the polls. So
Yes.
hit us.
Yes, and you can vote on the poll by hitting up our Twitter account. It is the Quad with CY, and this week's was Haley's ridiculous take that Buc-ee's is overrated. Before I get to the poll results, Mitchell Tenpenny,
Yes.
is Buc-ee's overrated?
In what way? That's the question. Absolutely not. As far as like, it's got everything you need. It's got
It's so overrated.
an amazing amount of actual like gas, station spots to fill your car up, which is important.
it's like 100 different.
Like people
pumps,
forget that. Yeah, they got a lot of pumps, so like you're getting in and out quick, but you're also going in there and I don't know, you're finding anything you want. I love it.
Who doesn't love brisket? Brisket's amazing.
Who doesn't love a wall of beef jerky?
Yeah, I'm
There's an
a
entire wall.
jerky guy, so it's
So can we? So there's a lot of pumps. You can be in and out quickly.
No,
yeah, well,
no.
yes.
Easy.
No.
Easy.
I'm back in the dead of night.
Oh, man. By the way, also, we already know what the results of the poll are, right, Ryan?
Yes, the results were, for the record, 63.9% of the people say she is dead wrong. And that is atrocious that it was only 63%. It should have been 99%.
What happened to you at a Buc-ee's? Is
Nothing.
everything
It's
good?
just overrated. I'm not driving 3 hours to go to Buc-ee's. I'm gonna stop at any gas station.
I'm not
Did you say
driving.
it was worth driving
yeah,
3
whoa,
hours or
whoa,
just
whoa, whoa.
stopping when
That's
you're
not-
passing by?
That's not what the poll was.
Yeah.
You said Buc-ee's is overrated.
No, it is. People literally drive hours to go visit a Buc-ee's.
That's fine, but
That's a little different. Like saying, "Hey, do you want to go to Buc-ee's right now?" Or, "Hey, when we're passing by it, would you like to stop and buy?" That's a
right.
different thing.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you,
Said
Mitchell.
It's the Walmart.
I
gas
wouldn't go to
station.
Buc-ee's right now either. But if I'm passing by, we're stopping.
Yeah.
So she's wrong and right.
I think we need Mitchell's take on the last couple of polls too. Mitchell, cottage cheese, yes or no?
I'm not a cottage cheese guy.
Oh, man.
absolutely
Not me.
It's trash.
No, I don't like the word. It starts with the word. You got to name it
Cottage.
something better. That was my problem with meatloaf for a long time.
It's a loaf of meat.
It just they could have had a better
Cheese you
name.
left in a very small
You
house.
just what? You just don't like his music, or
Well, no, love music, but yeah, it's just sometimes we got to name things.
R.I.P.
What goes in the bowl first, Mitchell? Is it the milk or the cereal?
Cereal for me. I mean, I don't think you ever would put milk first. Why?
you would be shocked.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
I don't know.
I think the cereal would just kind of fall over the side and just not want to get wet that way. I don't know.
And then the best way to cook an egg, is it fried, scrambled, or boiled?
Look, I'm a simple man. Simple man. I like a scrambled egg. We don't need anything
There you
crazy with
go.
our eggs.
You and the people all connected, by the way.
Man after my own heart, right
That's
there.
right.
There he is.
Helmet's getting tossed.
Yeah.
Helmet.
It's good.
Well, so last
up.
year, by the way, if you aren't watching on YouTube, make sure you go to our YouTube because some of us are dressed up today because happy Halloween, everybody. YouTube.com/@thequad with CY. And yeah, I made the mistake last year of having a costume that had something that I couldn't take off easily.
Made bathroom breaks really tough.
No, not that part. That's actually the one I'm wearing right now. This one is
That's a one piece.
You're
it's
in
jumpsuit.
you're in a romper, just like
Anyway, I'm not in a romper. I am dressed as a Star Wars character of some kind. If you want to go check that out, definitely go to the YouTube. But I made the mistake of having a mask on that was very difficult to talk to or hear through. And I did not think that through before I got to the podcast. So it was one of those things where I attempted to wear it for the first about 30 seconds. Then I immediately was like, this is not going to work. So I solved that this year with it's just a helmet.
Yeah.
So
much better.
It's easy to take off.
yeah. All right, let's go to music.
Music.
M10.
Music.
Yeah.
Music.
You
I like music, yeah.
Yeah, you have a song out with Colby Calais right now.
I do, yeah. Our girl Colby, yeah.
Yeah.
I love her. She's great. And just like you, when we got to do a song together, it's an honor to sing with great singers, you know. I know you know, and it's just it makes you want to do better and perform better and sing better and harder and yeah, she's just one of my favorite singers of all time too. Man, I used to sing to her records all the time, so it was an honor she said yes when we were doing the record. I actually wrote that song with Teddy Swims, who you know is an incredible singer too,
Yeah.
and but I just kept hearing her voice, you know, like instead of Teddy's, and I love Teddy and we've done a song, but it was just like I wanted that Colby Calais sound that she's got, that raspy, airy Colby thing, man. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, she's an incredible singer, as are you.
Thanks, Chris.
He didn't pay me to say that. That's
Well,
I mean, I guess sort of, because at the end of a bar, it's a lot of money.
we'll take it. Although all I see is you and Kane Brown plaques everywhere.
Oh, come
Zero
on.
plaques of me and Chris. So I see.
Well,
who
that's
his-
because this
his
was
best
put
friend
up
is.
before
Yeah,
y'all.
this was
disclaimers, whatever, man.
okay. You noticed
I'm not going
that-
to leave crying about it.
Yeah, you noticed that there were Magic Johnson signatures and
Yeah.
Michael Jordan signatures. Like,
No
you
LeBron
noticed
James?
that.
I did notice.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm not hurt by it. We're all good.
No, obviously, if you guys have not heard At the End of a Bar, I don't know why you started listening to this podcast. But definitely go stream that.
Yes, please.
That's one of my favorite things that I've ever gotten a chance to do. And it was really fun because everybody uses the word organic to describe when something is natural. But Mitchell sang it that day, and then I heard him sing it. And just like he said about the song that he has up with Colby, he sounded so good that I was like, all right, I'm gonna put a pass down on this, and I want to see how it sounds. And then I basically ended up asking him, like, hey, so hypothetically, if I've put our vocals together and it could be a duet, would you do that? And he said that he would. So
Absolutely. I remember that call. It was an awesome call. Because I remember singing it that day and being like, man, I got to really try because I'm like Chris Young's in the room and I want to sing I want to give it everything I got, you know? So it worked out.
And now you guys love singing that live.
We did set ourselves up on that. It's one of the highest
I was gonna
songs.
say, it's higher than something I can't say on
Yeah,
this
it's
podcast.
definitely set ourselves
Willie
up.
Nelson.
I play it.
There you go. That
I play
is
it.
a
Yeah,
good cop.
I play it a full step down. Yeah, higher than Willie Nelson. I play it a full step down, a key all the way down when I play it live. So that'll let you know. But we did really do it. It really happened. Just can't do it 500 times a year.
It is a bit distressing. I continue to do that to myself.
It's fun. It's the sexier version.
Yeah.
There's a million things that you.
There's a million things that you
Dang, there you
can
go.
find.
Trace Adkins. That's nice.
Yeah, that was Tracy.
I didn't know he was on the. I know he was on this podcast.
Well, I mean, the beginning of that intro for Halloween is me.
Yeah, that was good. That was. I was
That's
going to
me.
ask you that. Did you just okay?
It's me and Josh have gotten together and created like custom intros for
Had
things.
some fun. Yeah, that's great.
And
Yeah.
then I actually one of my favorite ones is getting ready to come up, which I have a question. I know we're in the music segment, and this technically doesn't have a segment place in this show. But can we talk about why am I hearing Mariah Carey already?
Go away, Mariah.
It
It's
hasn't-
not time.
it's not-
I love
time
it.
yet.
Come on in. You got. It's just.
She's defrosting. Okay,
Yeah,
Let
it's
her-
just little glimpses of the riff. It's
There
not the
was-
full song yet.
There was already a Christmas commercial, and I really just want to punch my TV when I see it.
That's all you hear, and then it disappears. Yeah. You don't like Christmas music?
I love Christmas music. You know this about
Yes,
me, and you have one of my favorite
I love
original Christmas songs.
Yeah, thank you. That's because I love Christmas music.
Yeah.
So I get you, but doesn't Thanksgiving falls a little bit later this year, doesn't it?
Yeah, the
So
28th.
it's pretty
It does.
close. So yeah, I don't know.
Christmas is starting
Just
the day after
let's get through
Thanksgiving.
Halloween first.
Sure.
I know people whose trees are already up, by the
No,
way. So
yours?
Yours,
I know
already up.
you.
because you never
Yes.
took it down,
We know.
Ryan. There's a difference
Ryan,
between never
we
taking
know.
it down.
My tree's
The-
been up since last December.
I don't
The
mind
lights, the stake in the ground lights that I have are technically going to be the same lights I keep up for Christmas because they can change color.
Oh, yeah.
But I do not have a tree up in my home before spooky season is over.
You just change what you put on the tree. Just put like ornaments. Just change, and you leave a tree up.
And then it takes away the magic. It's just the same old tree in
If
the
it's,
corner.
if it's Christmas all year
magic.
long, then it's never Christmas.
do that poll. Are you a real tree or fake tree?
Oh, fake tree.
Oh, God.
no,
Have
real.
have we
Up
done
now.
this
I'm
before?
a real. It's got to be real.
Yeah,
I want
we've
the
done this
smell.
before.
Oh, you have? Okay, never mind. Excuse me.
No. I am a get a real tree
Yeah.
kind of person. So
Me too.
I
The sap
completely
gets everywhere.
understand.
The sap gets everywhere. Just not into it. It's all over your hands, then you touch everything that's not in.
One time, and then you wash
All
them,
right.
and then you have a real one. Just kidding.
Hey, Mitchell, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, sir,
Well, I'm in it in like a
Whoa.
loving brother way.
I do have a question, and it's I thought long about what I would ask you, and you may not have this readily available in your mind, but what is the best show you've ever done?
The
It doesn't
best
have to be
show.
the biggest
Ooh.
show. It doesn't have to be your favorite show. What is like the best show you remember doing?
Man, that's tough. I'm gonna go back to. Do you remember Lake Shake?
Yeah,
I don't. Is that still a festival? I don't know.
I don't.
But it was
think
right.
So I don't know.
So
It was right when our first single, "Drunk Me."
A lot
was-
of those
yeah.
went away after.
I think like it was
2020.
in Chicago. I think.
Yeah, it was.
And we were tired, man. We were in a van. I was driving because I didn't trust any of the guys, and we had shown up. We were playing the Next to Nashville stage, and Drunk Me had just like gotten to like 30, and it was our first single out, and we were tired. Nobody was singing our songs yet. Like we're brand new, and we get up to sound check. No one's in the tent, and we go back to the trailer, take a shot, and be like this is our fourth show in a row. We're like, guys, let's just get through today, and we'll go home, recalibrate, do the thing. And we get out there, and it was full, packed out, and they were singing back Drunk Me for the first time. And I remember looking at all the guys on stage, and just everyone kind of had that little tear in their eyes, but just that thing on stage was like, okay, this is why we're doing this. This is why we've been working hard. I don't know, something about that. It always goes back to that moment, especially you know how it is on the road when it gets a little tough, and you know it's always fun, and we love our job. But like being away from home is tough sometimes, and I remember that moment a lot. I think that show kind of ignited that fire to just keep going, and yeah, I'll never forget that moment. It was a lot of fun.
All right, as much as we've been happy-go-lucky, what was the worst one?
To be honest, it was a Halloween show years and years and years ago because I dressed up as we were Wayne's World and I was Wayne, and that wig was just so hot and just so bad, so hot. And I'm a bigger fella. I don't like to wear layers on stage, like even if it's freezing.
Lay at us.
Like layers. So I had a miserable time that show, and you could tell on my face, and like
You were unhappy.
it translates through the. And I just like I was mad at myself for going out there in that costume and trying to sweat through an entire set. So to me, that was probably one of them. And then one others when we were on radio tour at the very beginning of my career. We were in the middle of the desert somewhere past Vegas. And me and my buddy Brad Clausen, I think you know Brad Clausen,
I know Brad.
Rodney's son. We had 2 guitars, and they told us we were going to this place to play. They took us to a skating rink. They put us on a stage that was the size of, less than this table.
Yeah.
And the only people in the audience were kids 4 to 7 years old skating in front of us, falling
my
down.
gosh.
And we were playing on one microphone. And I was just like, what did I sign up for, man?
This is the demographic.
You're like,
Yes.
why am I here?
And they didn't care about our music.
Yeah.
They were too worried about staying on their feet.
Falling down. Yeah.
So those best and worst. There you go.
Well, you have a
More
new,
to come.
You have a new record, the third.
Yeah, man.
You are James Mitchell Tenpenny the third.
Yeah.
How important is family to you, and naming this record after your family?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's everything. Family is everything to me. It's family and friends are the most important thing in my life. And unfortunately, my dad and my granddad have passed, so I am the third because of them. So I wanted to kind of pay homage to them, but also it's my third major record, and it just kind of worked out that way. But my dad, growing up here in Nashville, never turned me away from music, and I really appreciated that because, and I'm sure Chris and all y'all can attest to this. A lot of your music friends or writers or artists, when they came to town, their parents weren't very happy about it and didn't give them a lot of, hey, you can do this. It was more like, you're stupid. And so I really appreciate that my mom and dad never did that for me. So just a little, hey, Dad, thanks a lot. And look, they at least let us put out 3 records. I appreciate it.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you, bro.
It feels, Mitchell, like each album gets more and more personal for you. This one felt truly personal, like diving into journeys. Can you take me through just kind of how this came together and how you've channeled a lot of your personal experiences into this album specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what naturally happens as you get older, and I'm going to do this in finger quotes, mature, hopefully maturing. And I think you get a little braver too. I mean, Chris, you can attest to this. When you put out songs to the world and you try to be vulnerable in writing a song, it's scary, it's nerve-wracking, and I think with time and doing it a few times, testing the waters, you get a little bit more confident to be more real. And I've always tried to be as real and authentic as possible, but I think with time comes, hey, man, I think I'm ready to say it this way now. And, hopefully that just keeps opening up more and more as you mature.
We are getting older, but are we maturing?
Yeah. I'm going to use the word mature more than getting older.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You have a song with Under Oath on the
man.
record.
Hell yeah.
Were you a big Under Oath fan?
Massive.
Of course,
Massive.
Josh went to Under Oath.
Oh, absolutely.
A
Absolutely.
massive fan, yeah.
They're Only Chasing Safety is like still in my like
The best record.
rotation.
Yeah.
So how was that? How did that come to be?
Yeah, it was
that,
incredible.
Was that like bucket list stuff?
Sure was, yeah. I mean, so I met Aaron, the singer, drummer here in Nashville. He was writing songs and got the opportunity to write with him one day, and we just became really good buddies. And I asked him one time when we were writing, I was like, would you want to pop on one too? And he's like, let's do it Under Oath. And I was like, I wasn't going to ask, but like,
Like
I've never met Spencer or any of the other guys. So he called and we got to write one of those songs. I come from that world. I used to be a screamer, drummer. I wanted to be Under Oath when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to write that style of music again and do that. And I got to scream on the record with him. And it's just such a full circle because me and my friends we were emo. I call it, farm emo for a reason. Bunch of
This is a
bunch of
FEMO.
country,
It's
yeah.
very close to FEMA. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's true. Bunch of country kids just writing, or a bunch of emo kids writing country songs, and so I don't know. It was just a lot of fun to get to write that, and I really based that song off of Reinventing Your Exit, Only Chasing Safety vibe, that record.
Yeah.
And Aaron and Spencer knew that when we were writing. I was like, I want to kind of channel that song.
You're like, I'm not trying to like rip you guys off, but I do want to kind of stay over here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
One quick question. I guess it goes for all of you guys who do music. Your album is 20 tracks.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that the
that's half
norm?
of Morgan Wallen's. Yes.
But is it no? But is that the new norm now? Like you need at least 20 tracks on a record because I feel like the more and more people release these albums that they're that long. Is it because it's not on a CD anymore? And
So,
you
you want me to answer
I mean,
this one?
I don't really. Yeah, you can't. It's not really a normal. I just have a lot of music and I want to get it out there. But also, yeah, people stream. People consume different today too.
Yes, the consuming part versus the other thing. What are you doing?
I brought you some crying towels.
Oh, okay.
And some chili.
Aw.
Chili cook-off.
Got him.
Wow!
Incredible.
All right, so that was my
That was the
mom.
best
for anyone
cameo I've
that's
ever
listening
seen
to
in my life.
audio.
Just comes in throwing 100 miles an hour.
Wearing a
we're-
boss lady
yeah,
hat, she
we're-
wins.
We're doing a chili cook-off, and so evidently she thinks I'm going to lose, but I'm not. Back to the original point.
That was great.
Jesus. I would say probably there's a blend of two things. Everything is constantly changing, but there's been massive change over consumption recently with not just the advent of streaming, but where it's gone to more leaning towards streaming than buying tracks or buying physical anything. And I think that has caused a thing where when you sign a record deal, they tie you into a certain number of albums. And so you have quote unquote album cycles. And I think that is something that happened back in the day because that was how things got sold and how things got marketed. And now we write so much and create so much and want more things to have the option to have a life on streams with DSPs that we end up putting 18 to 20 to 30 songs on an album because we know it's going to be a while before we can release another one because that's the only thing keeping you tethered to the record label.
Yeah, that 100%. And like you said too, we write a lot of songs just trying to get more out to the world. But also, I joke about it, but it's true. We're a Tinder swipe away these days with songs. Left, next, left, move. It's like it's so fast, and so like 10 songs is half as fast as 20 songs to swipe through. So it's just
Why did you go Tinder?
I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking,
it's the swipe thing.
it's the swipe thing, and it's like, I think for us, I would just want to get as much music out as possible in this crazy time, and we're just surrounded by social media and just constantly on our phones and just being thrown so much stuff at us all day long, including new artists and new music. I mean, there's so much music out. When back in the day, the good old times.
Back in my day.
You'd go to like FYI or Tower Records and you'd search through.
Oh God!
You'd search through
now you've
100
lost
records.
everyone, bro.
No,
I know, but I'm just
no.
saying, like,
It's-
you'd search through 100 records, and now you're searching through, 10,000 records every Friday that are brand new. And it's
I will literally
crazy.
make the joke on stage on the mic when I'm playing something. I was like, so back in the day, there was these things called CDs, and you would take the CD, and it's a disc. It's circle shaped. You would put it into the no skip disc changer while you were, and then there was a thing that was like, it's called a cassette, and so they had like a copy of that linked to the no skip disc changer. You put that in your cassette player that was in your car. I mean,
we just make cassettes of our record. I love going back and doing stuff, but yeah, it's a different time. Streaming's changed it all, and
I mean, physical right now
We'll see.
is dude, it's LPs.
yeah,
By the way,
I
that
love a
is
good
not-
album.
That's not someone's phone going off on the table. There's construction everywhere in Nashville all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an economics problem. It's supply and demand. There's so much being released every week that ultimately, by putting 20 songs on an album, you're giving the listeners 20 different chances to connect with one of your songs.
Yeah.
To make them a fan and then have them come to concerts, be a fan of other parts.
yeah.
Of
Hopefully,
your-
one of them hits an algorithm on TikTok, and your label cares about you again.
Facts.
Wow.
Mitchell is not wrong, and I'm not even in the music
That's-
industry.
Well, hello.
We love the music industry.
We love you guys.
I do love the music industry, and I love the people that love good music and want to support great music. So thank you guys for that.
Yep.
Anyway,
Now Mitchell's management will never let me be on this show ever again. What are you listening to, Ryan? Go.
I need a minute. Barry,
Okay, I'll go first. Somebody's watching me. Rockwell. I know we already did it. It's spooky season. I can do it again. So and that feels apropos at the moment. Haley, go.
I'll go in honor of Mitchell being here. I will go ahead and pick a song off of his album.
oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Let's go with Same Moon.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's me
a great
trying to be
song.
as cool as Brooks and Dunn song on there.
I love it though.
Thank
Josh.
you very much.
Also, because Mitchell is on, I am choosing All Gas by Bill Murray.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
That
Thank
song
you.
rips.
I got to scream on that too.
Ryan.
in honor of Y'alternative or Screamo music for my
Y'alternative.
guy Mitchell, I'm going with one of my favorite all-time Screamo bands, A Day to Remember. Have Faith in Me by A Day to Remember off their Homesick.
Great song. Great choice.
Great song. And great album, by the way.
Yes, it is. Killer.
All right. Let's go to sports.
It's okay. I mean,
No, it's not. Nothing's okay.
Well, first of all, I hate that Shohei Ohtani is hurt.
Wait, what?
He's gonna
I
play
haven't
today.
heard this. I just woke
Yeah.
up. What
He's
happened?
going to play.
Hurt his shoulder sliding into second.
He's going to play in Game 3 tonight. So he's fine.
Moncel just is putting bears all over the.
oh, is it because the Bears still suck?
Why is the bear?
Well, the other one just slapped the bear in the nuts. So, yeah, this is what you miss
by the
if
way-
you don't go to YouTube.
Happy Sports Equinox Day, the 31st Sports Equinox to be upon us here, where all four major sports are in action tonight.
Ooh. Okay.
Lots of choices, lots of betting.
Yeah. Lots of losing for me. I can't win. I can't win bets, man.
Dude,
Vegas knows too much, and they know me. I
we've
guess.
partnered with DraftKings in the past, and I just have to say,
That's what I
man,
use.
they are raking it in right now.
Yeah. DraftKings is what I use. I love it. But
Nothing.
It's
It's like basically think about what you would normally 1-800-bets off for anyone that has a gambling problem.
Don't bet what you don't have.
Yeah. Dude, I was talking with someone last night, and they were like, I should just know by now this year that everything that I bet, just flip it upside down and bet the other direction because I never win.
but I already do that in my head, and I switched about 20 times. I can't remember which one I was
You
originally doing.
re-hedge your hedge, and you're like, wait, is that the original
wait.
bet? I don't. Wait,
Yeah.
dang it.
It's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, the Cowboys are bad and the Commanders are good. If you had told me that last year, I would have been like, "You're full of it. There's not a chance."
Not only
Quarterbacks make a difference.
Not only did Caleb Williams play like trash, because
Okay.
once again they finally played a good team, and it showed. And
Yeah.
what's his face taunting on the last play when they do
Oh
it,
my gosh,
and then
yeah.
it's him
the
that
Hail
tips
Mary.
the ball into his hands.
The number one rule
Like-
is knock it down. Don't pop it up. Like,
And
that drove me crazy.
Like, how are you going to go from taunting and not paying attention that the play's going off, and then you run over and tip it in the air, and they got their Hail Mary? Again, everything leads up to that. They shouldn't have been in that position in the
Well,
first place.
first of all, he threw it from the 35 on a rope.
But still, we should.
I
Shouldn't
mean,
have been in that position.
Like 15
anyways.
seconds to get them downfield,
Oh
though.
my god!
it's like 2% of Hail Mary's work. Like that, you
And
just
Aaron
can't
Rodgers
do that.
accounts for 1%
Yeah.
of those. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
I know, right?
There's a thing called film that happens in practice, and that guy is going to get chewed to pieces in that film.
Yeah, because he's
Come
all
today.
over. Like, what? Don't
Coach
go
and the
taunting
players,
him.
they will all get in a room. They turn the lights off and they go over each in front of everybody for a reason, and that's going to be a bad day for him.
Ryan, I'm sorry. Go back to what you said in under your breath and really fast, or Brett Michaels, however you would like to be deemed today.
Heartbreak Kid. Thank you very much.
Heartbreak Kid.
That's Shawn
That's
Michaels.
Shawn
Michaels.
Michaels. That's not.
Yeah,
Completely different person.
that is wrestling.
same things. You know, we're combining the two. We're Shawn Michaels and Brett Michaels together. That's what we're doing.
They are kind of.
Oh
the same
my
thing.
God. Okay. Anyway,
Are.
my point being, what did you say? Draft picks make a difference? Was that what you
I said quarterbacks make a difference. Jaden
Quarterbacks
Daniels.
make a
Oh,
Jaden
now-
Daniels.
Okay, now hold up.
Jane
Hold
Daniels is a darn good quarterback.
You know who's
Okay,
not? Caleb
so
Williams.
is Dak. And I'm
Oh, we're still with that. We're still,
I'm flabbergasted that you would even bring that up. Like, you think he's better in year one with no film on him, and we all know that year two is the telling point for a quarterback.
Then
Because
what's
then
Caleb's
people have
excuse?
film.
Sure. CJ Stroud, for example.
Yeah, see CJ Stroud, who was going to be the best person in the league last year. How's that going?
Again, what's Caleb Williams?
Dak
excuse?
Prescott. Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback. Unfortunately, he's having to carry between him and CD the entire team. Because I will say one more time for the room, since obviously you forgot or you were just trying to be a smartass. They're missing their entire defensive line, the backups to their defensive line, one of their starting corners. They lost one in the offseason, who I think they should have re-signed. And then a bunch of their offensive linemen. What do you want them to do? They know who they're throwing it to.
I mean,
Every down.
I'd like to focus on the fact that the Lions had almost as many points as passing yards against the Titans yesterday. 52
Man, don't
points, 85
don't
passing
get
yards.
on. The Titans have already given up. We've already traded people off. We're in the rebuilding mode, so that hopefully when we build this stadium and we have our first game, we have a team to watch in it. We'll see what happens. It is.
The Lions are good. The Lions are going to win. The Lions have a legitimate shot.
Me.
It's a bad situation in Nashville right now.
They're definitely, you could tell they've given up.
Oops.
I see
yeah,
Josh
you-
is just sitting here smiling because the Chiefs are 7-0 and just continue to win football games despite.
And they just got
Patrick
our-
Mahomes
Yeah,
got
it's like
DeAndre-
they magically just
got
have
DeAndre
a
from
new wide
us and-
receiver,
Yeah. So we're just giving. Yeah.
They wanted him last season, just to be clear. This is a
Oh, I know.
we finally got what we were trying to do the whole time had Chris Jones not held out last season. So Chiefs are 7-0. It's really great.
I think. I mean,
Longhorns
it's
are
gonna
good.
be. It's gonna be Baltimore Chiefs champions this year.
The Longhorns are good.
I don't know. Baltimore just lost to Cleveland.
It happens. I'm not worried about
That's
it.
divisional games are always all over the place.
I
mean-
mean, I have a bone to pick with the rest of the NFL.
Yeah.
Can you tell me? By the way,
Oh, wait.
National
Wait,
title-
no. Hold on.
what
You have a bone to pick with the rest of the NFL?
a bone to pick?
Well, what's
A bone to pick.
going on with your team?
You're
We're,
Miami,
we're gonna,
right?
Tua's back. The offense looked
Yeah.
better. The Dolphins lost on a last-second field goal.
They lost.
It happens.
It happens.
Why don't we have a National Centers Day or a National Safeties Day or a National X Wide Receiver Day? Why do we have a National Tight Ends Day? Why is that the only position
I
that is
don't-
getting celebrated right now?
Because
Dude, I'm
only
sorry.
one of those people dates Taylor Swift.
That's
No, there's not a
exactly why.
sinner dating
That's
Taylor
exactly
Swift.
why.
Well, National Tight Ends Day
Jason
was around
Kelsey, if
before.
Jason Kelsey dated Taylor, you'd know about sinners.
You'd have National Centers Day. Is that what you're claiming?
Yes.
I would like to institute next Sunday being a National Left Guard Day. And I
Okay.
think we should rally behind all left guards.
Left guard or left
National
tackle?
Left guards. Not left
John-
tackles.
John Runyon and Bruce Matthews.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's like, what, 3 of them that we can all remember the names of?
Yes.
Sorry, left guards. You are important.
Very
Very
important.
important.
Extremely important.
The left tackle is more important.
Well, Blindside, what's the
Joe
movie?
Tooney for the Chiefs.
The best left guards of all time. Gene Upshaw, Larry Allen, Bruce Matthews.
I said
Billy
Bruce
Shaw.
Matthews. I gave you a Brucey.
You
Yeah,
did.
he gave you Bruce. Come on.
Alan Faneca. These left guards
Oh
need to
my
be celebrated.
God, Alan Faneca.
That's a good name.
That is actually, I do remember Alan
That's a
Faneca.
good name.
I can't lie about that. Yeah.
Can we just give a shout out to Freddie Freeman though for what happened on game one? Just
Oh,
pretty
Jesus.
cool.
one of the greatest things I've ever seen. My boy
Freddie Me Gibby.
like
Dude,
just said, "Oh, you're gonna do Mookie?
just-
Like you think Mookie's okay? Put him on there.
Okay,
Load up the
yeah,
ba-
go ahead. Load the bases.
Let
Load
me
the
rip
bases.
one from the grass real quick.
First pitch.
so good.
First pitch, just
had to give a
gone.
shout out to the homie. We don't know each other, but I love him.
Well, I actually, believe it or not, you remember that one CMAs that they did when things were just starting to get back to normal and
Yeah.
everybody was sitting at tables?
Yes.
Freddie Freeman was at the table with me and
Oh, cool.
KB.
I'm a huge Braves fan, so that was a cool moment to see there. And Mookie's from here, so shout out.
And I love that Josh is just sitting here like, my team's undefeated.
I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
Lakers are 3-0. Chiefs are 7-0.
and hey, I'm a huge Lakers. They just sent Bronny down, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, of course they did. And
I know
by the
he
way,
just
Josh,
needed to hit
Josh,
the one shot though.
Hold up, Josh called it. He goes, it's gonna be when there's not a lot of interest going on in the season. They're gonna pull him up for one game. Him and his dad are gonna start together. It's gonna sell out.
And he
it's
missed the
gonna be a
shot.
moment, and then they're gonna send him back down.
He missed the shot.
They got to make room for Dalton Connect to hit wide open threes.
Although we were just there, and I did buy a Bronny jersey because there's 2 jerseys for sale at Staples, and it's just LeBron and Bronny, and he's not even on the team.
So you went to the game.
I didn't go to the game. We had a show out there.
okay. All right.
But yeah, I had to get a jersey.
Absolutely.
It's funny.
I also mentioned that I said that the WNBA was going to strike, and they are already talking about it.
Are they really?
Oh, yeah.
No, I thought they announced it.
Yeah.
Strike.
But not just talk about it. They announced it.
Yeah.
What's the strike? Caitlyn doesn't play. I mean, it went down. The viewership dropped immediately when she was out by 60%.
Yeah.
So what's the strike?
The basic.
You don't take the girl that your viewership does to the Olympics.
Well,
What's
I mean,
your strike?
That's part of it, but
Figure it out, WNBA.
I think that
WNBA.
also shout out to Sabrina for winning that
Yeah,
championship.
shout
Yes.
out to Sabrina.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes. Please,
Amazing.
please.
She did great.
Let's see what you did there.
Shout out to Espresso for keeping me awake.
Oh God. By the way, I would just like to point out, in our little fantasy football league this week.
Oh, you're so lucky CeeDee Lamb went off, and that's the only reason.
Oh, I'm lucky, am I?
Yes, because CeeDee Lamb hasn't been going off.
Maybe the reason that you say I'm lucky is because on her bench,
Yeah, my
she
bench went off.
had Nakua, Josh Jacobs,
Whoops.
Goff,
Whoops.
Dell,
Whoops.
Andrews,
Whoops.
Ridley.
Whoops.
Maybe
Yeah, Ridley
you
had a
just
good
don't
game
make
for
the
him.
right decisions.
But I still had over 20 points by almost all my players, and you had CeeDee Lamb, who got you basically 40 points. Because you were
Okay, and
losing
who
until
was on
then.
my bench? I
Some
had
days it'd be like
35
that.
points by Hurts on my bench because I started Caleb Williams just so I could beat you with him.
And you didn't beat me with him. You beat
I
me with.
did though.
You
He
beat
was
me
on
with-
the team.
But he got you 9 points.
Doesn't
CeeDee
matter.
Lamb got
Oh,
you
it doesn't
40.
matter. Thank you,
40,
Josh.
Doesn't
40
matter.
points.
You play to win the game.
You played to win the game.
That's right.
Again, this is only the second game Josh Jacobs has gone off.
Well, it's the wrong one.
So nice.
It happens.
I
It's
just-
all about matchups.
Yep.
It is. I
all
also
about
just
matchups.
picked up Calvin Ridley, and I didn't put him in.
Yeah, I started him in one league and not the other, and that was kind of a who knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
He'll get you 1 pointer. He'll get
Yeah,
you 30.
he hasn't. I mean,
doesn't-
he did again. Granted, not having DeAndre this week, it gave him a little bit more targets, but he had 8 1 week and dropped 3 of them. I mean, he's an amazing receiver, but you never know. So I'm not blaming you on Calvin.
Yeah. And of
I am.
course,
I don't care.
And also,
You know what it smells? You smell that?
when you thought you were going to lose, you were like, well,
Smells like
this
victory.
just means I'm going to
Oh
win
my
the whole
God.
league again.
It's just that, or is that just me?
Oh,
Is
no,
that
I won.
Oh God, it smells amazing.
No, that was me. Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
A lot of
lot of W's over here.
lot of winning right
but
now.
not Jameis Winston W's. Although he did get a W.
He got a W.
Yeah, he did. All right, let's go to the movie. Movies.
Movies.
Da-na-na-na. 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 Da-da-da. Yeah. The Addams Family was the movie, if you couldn't guess. The 1991 version. Very, very excited to dig into this because I have so many things to say. First and foremost, that there's like all these people still to this day arguing on the internet about why in this movie Uncle Fester doesn't remember that he's Uncle Fester at the beginning of the film. And that like he didn't understand anything until he remembered it. Once he remembers it, then he's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's such a cool moment. I love the aesthetic of this film. I love that every single character has like a very dialed in personality. And I think it's cool as hell.
I
And
would
it still
consider it
holds
a
up.
classic. I think it's going to. I mean, is
I mean,
it old
it's
enough
91.
to be?
It's old. I
is it
think
old
that's
enough?
old enough at this point.
Yeah, I'm classically 2 years older than that. So
I mean, I would say this is definitely a Halloween classic for sure.
This is one of my favorite. Like, how would you clarify or classify Halloween movies as holiday films? Like I would, right? Like a holiday film. This is one of my favorite holiday films.
I would say this is around the time of year that you would watch it again, right?
Correct. So this is one of my favorite holiday films of all time, and I think Raul Julia and Angelica Houston, the chemistry they
Angelica
have.
Houston.
Angelica, you know what I mean.
there it is.
The Angelica, the chemistry they have
How
on
did you
camera.
get Raul Julia?
And Angelica.
Whatever.
Who's
You know what I mean.
Stone.
You know what I mean. The two of them on camera with Gomez and Morticia, like their chemistry together
Morticia. Yeah.
is incredible. You know what?
Evidently, the Heartbreak Kid can't pronounce.
I don't know any of them. So
Breaking news: journalism major can't pronounce names. Yes, thank you.
Wait, have you watched the original?
Mitchell, have you?
Yeah, I've seen. It's just been a long time, probably since '91.
Uncle Feaster.
Uncle Feaster. Christopher Lloyd.
It's been a minute. I do. That's one I need to catch back up on. It has been a minute.
Okay.
The range. Can we have a Christopher Lloyd conversation about
I love Christopher Lloyd
the
so
range
much.
from being able to do Doc Brown just a couple of years before this
Yep.
into Uncle Fester and like them being so completely different roles.
Well, and he's also playing a duality of roles in this movie. Because at the beginning of the movie, he's a different character.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome, all around.
Okay.
Underrated actor.
Now I want to talk about
You have to do the rundown.
Raul Julia. I will do the rundown. Fine. When a man claiming to be Fester, the missing brother of Gomez Adams, arrives at the Adams home, the family is thrilled. However, Morticia begins to suspect the man is a fraud since he cannot recall details of Fester's life. With the help of lawyer Tully Alford, Fester manages to get the Adams clan evicted from their home. Gomez realizes the two men are conspiring to swindle the Adams fortune and that he must challenge Fester. There you go.
You can do it.
Not really a scary movie, even though it's listed under horror. Which sort of, yeah. It's
the only horror movies I like.
Horror.
That's how that I had to read it like that. But Raul Julia is a very, very intriguing actor. If you look at all of the things that he was in, he's a Puerto Rican actor. He sadly passed away because he was diagnosed with stomach cancer in 91, but he didn't make it public, continued to perform. And
They filmed Adam's Family Values in 93. He dies in 94.
yeah, so not only that, the last movie he was in was Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, love that movie.
So the reason he was in Street Fighter was because of his kids.
Interesting.
Because they were like, let me actually go to the article that I found on this, because I remembered reading this a long time ago. But he accepted the role of M. Bison in the 94 film. So like it was right before he died, because his children were big fans of the video game series. And so even though he normally did like Man of La Mancha on Broadway and all these classically trained roles and like very serious movies and movies that were like cult classics, i.e. the Addams Family, he decided he was going to do Street Fighter, and the reason was for his kids.
That's awesome.
I just thought that was really, really cool.
I love it. It was a great movie. He did great.
Definitely a good way to go out.
I need to rewatch the Street Fighter movie.
No, you
too.
don't. No, you don't.
I think I do.
That
don't?
and all the Mortal Kombats.
The new ones I actually enjoyed.
The new one was great. I saw it in theaters.
I forgot Kylie Minogue was in Street Fighter. There's some people in here where I'm like, wait, this would be a fun rewatch now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have seen this movie recently, and I don't know if you want to rewatch it.
I think I do.
I've never seen it, so
Michael Clark Duncan is in it. Do you know
Yeah,
that?
I do.
I need to rewatch it.
Okay.
Chris Klein is in it. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's sort of like the Addams Family, where there's like all these actors and actresses in it that I'm like, oh my god, I forgot.
Bunch of that guys and that girl. It's like, oh, it's
Well,
that
and
guy.
like Christopher Lloyd doesn't look like Christopher Lloyd in that movie,
Right.
and was amazing.
He was so good.
Huge fan of him.
I think sort of won the movie.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
You win the movie.
You win the movie.
You win the movie.
Congrats. Doc Brown, everyone.
What are we gonna do for next week for
Venom.
a movie? We're gonna do Venom.
Venom: The Last Dance. I already saw it, and it's great.
All right.
Did you like the last one?
Did I like? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I like the
It wasn't
first
my
one. The second
favorite.
one, but
Second
we
one's
all
a little
know
rough.
we all know how trilogies go. Maybe the third one's gonna be better.
I
Again,
never saw the second.
the third one I thought was really good. So
Yeah, the second one you don't.
You don't need to watch.
You can skip it.
Skip
You
over.
can skip it. Yeah. All right. Okay. That's the movie for next week. Venom: The Last Dance. And now we go to the hot take.
It's just Venom playing basketball in 1998.
Jesus.
It's like, I really believe in the triangle.
Oh my God. The triangle offense is undefeated. That's
It's him and Dennis Rodman at WrestleMania. It's great.
God. All right. The worst song to sing at karaoke. And I don't mean the worst song necessarily for you to sing at karaoke.
Oh, I was gonna
I
say.
mean the worst song that you have had to listen to at karaoke, of like, why did you pick this one? And I have one because there used to be like karaoke contests everywhere, right?
Miss
Where
Kelly's.
yeah, but like
Wild Beaver.
Yeah.
and I'm talking about long before that. I'm a long time before that. And that was sort of like everybody's version of American Idol back in the day, right?
That's how you show
They
off to your
knew
friends.
somebody was going to see them sing. They knew they were going to make it big. And the one that got done absolutely to death, run into the ground, was Broken Wing.
Really? I wouldn't.
With
Yeah,
a
Broken Wing, yeah.
yeah.
Martina McBride?
Dude, every single girl would be like, "I'm gonna show you I can power sing."
That's funny. I don't know if I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
But I believe you. I mean, yeah, I don't.
And it was basically, dude, like she sang the crap out of that.
Yeah,
song.
I mean,
no one's
that's-
gonna out sing her on
She's
that.
incredible on that one.
So it was just like.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. I was like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Like every time I heard that lick at the beginning.
I have a follow up to that.
That's good. Yeah.
ahead.
For a female one, that's pretty
Go
good.
ahead.
I have a follow up to it because everyone, just like the Martina McBride belching, thinks they can belch this song like
Belch?
What?
Belt.
What karaoke stuff are you going to?
She was evidently going to a somewhere where they were doing guar.
Can belt this song like Whitney Houston, and it's "I Will Always Love You." If I have to hear that
yeah.
song at another karaoke
Key change is
bar
brutal. For,
Oh,
or event,
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's
There's been some pick a
best
key,
kinda-
pick
the
a key,
best-
any key.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the best kind of coordination?
And it's not- and
and
but it's one of those things also where like you're at karaoke, do something fun and funny. Don't feel like you
Yeah.
need to showcase every little ounce of you're not Whitney Houston. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop
Oh,
trying.
one of my favorites is I would like. We're doing the worst, but one of
Yeah.
my favorites was to do Tequila. Sure. Tequila.
it's like you say it 3
Yeah,
times
it's
in
either-
a 6-minute song.
Yeah, exactly.
Elvira was always a good one because it was that low Elvira.
Giddy up,
Boom, ba, boom. That's a good karaoke.
That's fun.
Exactly. So everybody does their low voice. I say the new one, the new Whitney Houston is everyone doing Stapleton.
Yep.
Trying to do the run. And they go all over the place. It's like, what the hell are
Tennessee
y'all doing?
whiskey?
Yeah, Tennessee
Dude, it's
whiskey.
like
Everyone thinks they can sing the Tennessee whiskey riff. Yeah, and
Like
it's no.
dude, I hate when somebody like, and they're selling it too.
Oh yeah. See, I always did I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly, and it didn't age well either.
Oh, that did not age well.
No, I think
But we're all right.
I think you keep doing it, man.
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
Well, see, okay,
Big
so I
Space
always
Jam
did
guy.
that, and then me and my brother live for the last 3 years have been playing "Every Breath You Take" by P Diddy. But
no.
and so we had to move that one out
no.
too. So I keep choosing the wrong.
Go to a Mitchell Tenpenny show and you'll
Jeez.
find out who's going to be exposed next in
yeah.
Hollywood.
Oh my God.
Look out, Johnny Rusnick.
I know. Jeez. I have a terrible. Yeah, I pick bad.
By the way,
That
breaking
Mitchell
news.
song.
Goo Goo Dolls
wait,
frontman.
hang on.
Oh yeah, shit. With
None of these.
I
hold
just
up.
got what you said.
Hold up. None of these things are funny.
Yeah.
That are happening with these people. It's more just funny that Mitchell has managed to pick.
I pick a few of the songs. No, I think Johnny's fine. He'll be just fine. Great guy.
Okay, so we got
Whitney Houston.
yes. What's the name of the song?
I Will Always Love You.
There it is.
Dolly Parton.
I was going to say technically it's a Dolly Parton song.
I know, but from her version.
Yes, I got it.
The Bodyguard.
Yes.
Josh,
In order to be truly horrendous, you have to.
can we put 5 songs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
All right.
Maybe
Can
not.
we? I don't
Only
think we
4?
can.
Oh, no, we can't.
Ryan, do you want to lay out of this one and let Mitchell have the 4th spot, or do you have a really good one?
You can have it. I
No,
just
you know
gave
what?
you mine.
Are
What was yours?
you and Mitchell are on the same one? Because that's a good one.
Yeah, Mitchell and I are tag teaming for this
Tennessee
one.
Whiskey is a good pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
To really ruin the night for everyone, it has to be just such a downer of a song
Oh,
to like.
no.
Oh no.
And so I'm choosing "Angel" by Sarah McLachlan.
Oh God!
Because then
All right, Josh wins.
you're just thinking about all those ASPCA ads
those
and the
puppies.
those poor puppies.
That's pretty
Good
good.
Lord. Yeah, but who actually does that?
I've seen it once.
Hey, speaking of
You
that,
knew one once was enough.
it is funny you said that. I saw someone did Sarah Beth by Rascal Flatts last time I was at a karaoke. I was like, what a terrible song. I was
why?
like, Sarah Beth is scared today. And then I was like, is this guy really up there? He's going for
Are
it.
you for real
right now? Yeah.
That's so funny you say that. That's a tragedy.
Okay. Tennessee Whiskey. Oh God, I can't even. Okay, you just put him up there, Ryan. I think Josh is going to win by a landslide, although that's also probably a good pick. But anyway, thank you guys as always for listening to The Quad with Chris Young. I'm Chris. For me, Josh, Haley, and Ryan, we love you guys. Thanks for always listening. And Mitchell Tenpenny, thank you, brother, for
Thanks
joining
for
us
having me,
today.
guys.
New
Love
album,
you.
the third. Take a
Thank you,
listen.
guys.
And we're out.
Nice 808s.